So how do you differentiate yourself in today's smartphone market? Well, Asus thinks that if you combine the functionality of a phone and a tablet, then you're pretty much different. But did they add enough to make the Asus Padfone Infinity compelling? Well, let's find out. The Padfone Infinity consists of two devices, a phone and a phone station, or a tablet if you will, which can only be used when the phone is connected to it, and displays the phone's OS modified to suit its 10.1-inch Full HD display, and carries its own battery. As for the phone, it has a 5-inch IPS LCD display with Full HD resolution, and it can compete with the very best out there in terms of colors, resolution, and viewing angles. Brightness, unfortunately, is not one of its strong forts, but it does crank up under direct sunlight, making sunlight legibility quite good. I really like the design of the Asus Padfone. It looks sleek and professional, even though it lacks originality specifically from the front. Build quality is top notch as well, with aluminum being used for the back and buttons. It comes in 3 colors, grey, gold and pink, and like most of its 5-inch competitors, it's not very easy to use with one hand, despite having a thin waistline at 8.9mm. Thankfully though, buttons are located on the right side, which makes them easy to reach, and the speaker is also located there, meaning it's hard to block it during operation. Loudspeaker performance is average, with the sound not being very loud, but still crystal clear. Powering the Padfone Infinity is a quad-core Snapdragon 600 processor, clocked at 1.7 GHz, 2 GB of RAM, and an Adreno 320 GPU, all which are considered top of the range. And in benchmarks, it delivers, as it managed to beat the HTC One, which is saying something. Unfortunately, there is no micro SD card slot on the phone, but thankfully, the 32 GB of internal storage should be enough for most users. As for the tablet, or the Padfone station, its design is very minimal, with the exception of the back that occupies the phone. You basically slide the phone into the station, and it powers on immediately. This slot though does not allow the tablet to lay down flat on its back, so keep that in mind. The backplate of the tablet is made from plastic which has a rubbery feel to it, much better than the glossy plastic in our opinion. The tablet also has its own 5000 mAh battery, and its own loudspeaker, which helps improve watching movies on it as it's loud and clear. The Padfone Infinity runs on Android 4.1.2 Jelly Bean, which is not the latest version available right now, but thankfully, performance is smooth and competes neck and neck with the competition in terms of speed and smoothness. What we really like about it though is that Asus did not add a lot to the stock experience, even allowing you to remove some of their own customizations like the notification bar. The other thing is that Asus added useful applications that improve the experience, but without removing the stock functionality. As for the experience on the tablet, unfortunately it isn't as smooth as we'd hoped, with occasional performance hiccups, but it's still quite acceptable. The tablet needs 5 seconds to start once you dock in the phone, which is pretty impressive, and it also has its own tablet UI with a wider home screen, but still follows similar looks to the phone. There is also Asus's optimizations, such as Intelligent Mode, that helps you specify how the tablet and phone should react when you receive a phone call, when charging, and when checking for emails in hybrid mode. It's worth noting that you cannot use the tablet when the phone is not docked into it, as it doesn't have its own processor. The phone has a 13-megapixel camera with LED flash, and it performs very well in good light, where it captures a lot of details with minimal noise, but when it comes to night shots, performance is weak, with results matching the Galaxy S4 in this area, and details being barely visible. Keep in mind though, that when moving to tablet setup, photos are taken in 5 megapixels to make use of the full screen, but you can set them back to 13 megapixels. Video footage at 1080p is quite good, but not very smooth because of lack of optical image stabilization. We faced no problems with call quality on the Padfone Infinity, as the sound was loud and clear on both networks we used it on. Battery life on the other hand was a mixed bag. When using the device, the 1080p takes a big toll on the battery life, which has a capacity of 2400 mAh. But the standby is very impressive, and thanks to the Battery Saver app, you can control what apps work in the background, and the result is impressive standby time. You should be able to get a day of moderate usage on the Asus Padfone Infinity with ease. When in tablet mode, the 5000 mAh battery does an admirable job in lasting for a while. It also charges the phone, which is a bonus. It can last you for about 2 to 3 days of moderate usage, which is quite good. Asus is offering a very compelling product that combines the functionality of a phone as well as a tablet, with top-of-the-line specs and beautiful hardware. It's not without its own flaws, but it doesn't disappoint. If you like what you're seeing, then give us a thumbs up. And if you want to stay up to date with the latest tech news, then follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Thanks for watching.